No armor. Let's do this. We gotta breach and clear, very discreet-like. Don't want anyone figuring out where we are. Always better to be just quick and quiet, clean and easy, in and out. Come here. Come here. Let me in! Alright. I love finding myself in terrible situations and creatively coming up with ways to get out of them. Can you make a grenade that fires hack? Hack's not a thing, but yes. There we go. Just like that. Perfection. I remember how to play this game perfectly. The quiet gun. With the wrench as well. Because I have a very funny idea. If I can just throw infinite wrenches at people, I cannot be stopped. I'll be known as immortal, even. Bang. Ooh. There we go. I love this game just for that reason alone. Just able to constantly just throw random shit at people and it work. Just for a friendly station. Grab some loot. And let's dip on out of here. Just like that. Yeah, no, this is definitely a lot more manageable. Let's go with this one. That's the thing about this game, is that the difficulty spikes are very real. It can go from like, oh, it's just triple, to I'm about to get my shit rocked and there is nothing I can do about it. Alright. So mission objective, don't murderize people. Bonk. Gotta be very careful. You gotta hide the bodies. Why are there already defense contractors on board? You're not supposed to be here yet. I haven't even tripped the alarm. Ah. Set that down there. I can't shoot because then they'll just get aggroed over here. So I gotta somehow slip past them without them noticing me. I could do this, yeah. Because I need their key card if I want to go any further. That'll sound the alarm if I pop that. Oh. Well, how long range is this? Not very. Okay. I can launch that. I think he's armored though, so I don't think it'll work. Try and slip past him. Yeah, there we go. Alright. I need to think like a crazy fucking sci-fi 007. How would I get around this situation? Oh, I can. Wait, no. I don't need to. I can do something even more insane by doing this. Call me a friggin' genius. You know, I don't think I'm really gonna miss out on anything if I don't. Okay, and now we bail. That's how you do it, Space 007 style. You use that massive cranium of yours, and you just let it do its thing. Oof. Oh yeah, it's gonna be good. Oh, it's gonna be so good. Oh yeah. Go on. Hit the dock. Oh yeah. Manasi outpost. Hey, nice. The old time. I have to know what the old timer is. I am very curious now. Can I just like randomly invade people's ships that I just passed by? Is that a thing? Oh no, not that one. Not that one in particular. Just let it drift away. That one's already like well beyond my reach. Oof. The old timer. Where's the old timer? I must know. No? There's no old timer? Or maybe it's like the missions. There are still some shits out there that haven't been implemented. Any of those security method, the contractors, and the rest. Only, oh, wow. Okay. I mean, it's definitely doable. Way more than doable, actually. 20 seconds to escape. War zone, maybe under attack. Glitch. An emergency shield. Turn it off if they can't see me. Okay, yeah, this one should be manageable. Should be easy. So, note to future self, not as fun with the old timer. Because you want that little bit of difficulty. Like, that's what gives it, like, the high stakes, like, fun energy, you know? You never want anything to be, like, just, oh, give me the win, you know? There's no fun in that. And that's something this game really does well with. It will absolutely be more than happy to reward you for thinking outside the box. A little bit. I think this is the right angle. Oops. Oop. I definitely did not mean to shoot that. It's fine, I didn't pay for my sins right away. I shouldn't get punished for that. I indeed will get punished for that. This is awkward. It's very awkward. Where is the commander of the ship? On the opposite side, I need to get the hell out of here. Yeah. I would try and rush it, but I know for certain I'm not going to make it in time. Oh yeah, no, this is a, get out of here before it gets fucked. Oof. Ooh. Random ship, hello. Yeah. So with these random ships, do I just like randomly and just decide to fuck someone's day up? So if I'm just randomly fucking someone's day up, there's like, what's the point? I'm curious. I never actually just boarded a random ship and was like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna ruin your day now. You dropped a swapper. Nice. I don't need it though. I already got my own. Because that's not bad. It's the one, there's one of them that like just can only teleport you through stuff that's unlocked and not actually through all the stuff. What I'm gathering here is that these tend to have a lot more loot. How would I go about... Okay, hear me out. If I shoot my gun, they'll all come running down here, then I poke my head out and just break the window. No? Not quite enough yet. Oh well. Throw the wrench. Thank you. Ship secured, but I will get my ass knocked out if I'm not careful. Cool, now we're just infinitely drifting off into the void of space. Gone forever. A waste of metal to thank your soft target. Gloria. Nice. Doesn't matter. I just want to do missions. I don't care for all the special modifiers. I don't like getting brutally butt fucked on repeat. It's not fun. It's not enjoyable for anyone. Apart from me. Oh, I don't want to... I don't know where that guy's gonna go. Yeah, I figured he'd be coming right back around. Ooh, now they're manageable. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh. I'm. Ship is too badly. Damn it. Yeah, no shit. That was just kind of like a you fail moment. Just a random tile out in space I can talk to. Well, here, can I hijack this? Is there anything left to hijack of it? There, I'm the only winner of this battle. Ugh. Well, alrighty then. Oh, what? I didn't want to dock you. I just want to go. Let me leave. I want to be free. I want to be free. Ghost response: no harm or witnesses. I could do it. I could do it. I feel like that's manageable. So far, majority of my quote-unquote losses have been mostly things beyond my control or just unfortunate luck. So I can't feel too bad. I really can't. Here we are. Oh, right. Oops. Forgot about that. Oops. Yeah, I kind of deserve that. Oh, wait, I have a rechargeable key. Cloner, I can just yoink that. Go this way. We'll come back around. It's just gonna get very messy very quickly. This is gonna get very messy very quickly. Oh, what? Despite teleporting, it didn't quite work as intended. No, I think I teleported right as he tried to bonk me, so it just counted as him bonking me there. That's fucked up a little bit. Bold of you to assume, though, I won't come back with a vengeance. I am prepared. I have more than enough wrenches for everybody. Restockable subverter grenade launcher. I already have one. We'll just send that back. Why do I need to neutralize all the crew? I mean, the station itself should be able to deal with them if I'm lucky enough. Oh. I thought for a second there he was just gonna go flying out that window and just suck me back out into space. Come here, come here, come here. There we go. Damn it. Do this. Set that down, move out the way. What'd I drop? Oh, my crash trap. That's right. Oh, no shit. I wanted my crash trap. Thank you. There we go. I get really quiet whenever it turtle sidewinder, but each type has unique limitations. As long as there's a clear route. Place a swapper, because that's just the high capacity stuff is way better than anything I can muster up, and will always be better in that sense. Show me no way. Shindu. What? What? What do you mean? What? No, I only blew up one gun. Well, I only blew up one. Is that the only gun of the ship? Does it need a gun? I mean, I did everything so perfectly. No. No. Ah. Damn it. Okay. What did we learn? Don't blow up anything. Just leave it alone. Just don't touch anything. You gotta play it like you own it, you know? Oh. Well, come on, move on up so I can beat the crap out of you. What? Oh, I knocked them out. That's not... I thought Pacifist Clause meant I was just not supposed to, like, you know, kill anyone. Damn it. Oh well. Restockable grenade launcher, but it's times. Good enough. Good enough. Replace my heat loaner. Oh. Okay, so Pacifist Clause means you can't bonk anyone in either way. Oh. Shit. Ah. This is awkward. You're not supposed to... You're supposed to... Stop looking at me. Get in the trap. There we go. There we go. Alright. Now we're doing a little bit better. The aborter? No, 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 no. No, I forgot some of my own relic. No, I can't not use it though. I can't not use it though. Oh my god, that's great. I forgot I played this game when I was a little bit younger and had a little bit more of a bad sense of humor. Oh my god. I didn't expect... Oh my god. That's great. That's genuinely awesome. Oh my god. I love it. I love it so much. Ah, it's in the stash. Grab you. Oh shit. That really could have gone a lot worse if I wasn't that lucky. The game since its updates has become a lot harder than what I remember. It makes it kind of a little bit less fun, I would say, but not like entirely breaking in that sense. Oof. Yeah. Yeah. Just that quick and clean and easy. 007 style, just running there. Reminds me of the GameCube 007 I used to play all the time when I was a kid. Oh, that was so good. I wish I could play it again. I need to find it again. I just don't remember what it was called, though. Faster than normal human reflexes. I am what you call the wrench guardian. All you need to get through life is a good wrench. Ooh, that looks like I'm about to be very dangerously... Ah. What? I hit myself with my own wrench. I hit myself with my own wrench on accident. Oh shit, and I got captured. Ah. Agent Under Fire or Knife Fire? I think it was Agent Under Fire. I can't remember. To save the life of me, I feel like... I remember there was like a driving scene where you're like driving through Paris or something like that. It was... What is it? It was... Like, any GameCube 007 game is automatically fantastic for no apparent reason. They were just really well made for their time. Like, you can't ever go wrong with it. You automatically slap 007 onto your game title and automatically it has like triple the value. It has a guaranteed chance of being good to go. Most usually. I mean, I never played the DS one. I had the DS as a kid and all that, but I mostly only played Pokemon on it. And we had like, evidently you're not supposed to have it, but it was like a SD card loaded full of a bunch of games. And there was like an Age of Empires turn-based RTS on there, or I say RTS, but debatable. Not a 4X, definitely an RTS. I'm gonna go with RTS. RTS is definitely the correct way to phrase it. Oh, that's gonna blow everything up, isn't it? No, it didn't blow anything up. What? Did I throw my gun on accident? Yes, I did. I didn't think that through. Wait. So what's the mission? Do I have to capture it? If I don't have to, yeah, I do have to capture it. Well, I missed. Ramming speed. I didn't ram the right area, evidently. Needs a... Yeah, I'm not gonna make it. I tried, that's all that matters. I love the bricks so much. Just the idea of like, you're just randomly cruising through space and this freaking suicidal maniac in a pod just comes flying in out of nowhere, just rams themselves into you, and you're just like, what the fuck? How are you supposed to react to that? You just kind of accept it, don't you? Oh my god. Armor. Well, everything I have is armor piercing, so that should be fun. But yeah, no, I had like a whole like SD card full of like various DS games. Seems to remind me of no-stapping low health bounty targets and Elite Dangerous mission to secure payment. Elite Dangerous is a lot of fun too. Most of the time. I've like soft locked myself in a particular way in Elite Dangerous that I'm stuck out in the middle of space, unable to do anything, because I decided to go exploring for cash first. Then I got bored, and then I realized I'm too far out to actually do anything. Yeah, I haven't played since Odyssey came out either. I just didn't get Odyssey. Like, as much like Odyssey seems like it's decent, but I think there's a fundamental problem with your game if a gun costs as much as a spaceship. I think that's a little bit fucked up in my opinion. Like, no gun in any game should ever cost the same amount as a spaceship. That doesn't make sense. Like, unless it's like a really high-tech gun, but even then, I wouldn't assume so. Because it's also just like Elite Dangerous has the very bad symptom of a lot of space games do, where it's like chock full of content, but it's not really chock full of content. It has the illusion of just having so much to do and all these different things you can do, but you really aren't supposed to. Okay, grab you. Disable the gun! Disable the gun! There we go. Still have plenty of time. It's definitely taken, like, at first, it's definitely one of those games you get married to. You either like it or you hate it. There is no in between. it's a very good game to just like, oh, I just want to sit down and just like forget existence for a while. But beyond that, the game doesn't have much appeal unless you're just like really, really into that. It like I said, the biggest problem with it for me is just like there's not as much to do as the game tries to let on. It's just like it's really difficult to explain. Held back by a lot of flaws. That's true. Enjoyed my play. Yeah, it's definitely it's a quick experience is a good way to phrase it. Then it's kind of like I said, it's like with most sci-fi games. It's like you play it for a little bit and you're like, yeah, this is pretty fun, but like, where's the actual content behind it? No, you really don't. But at the same time, it kind of leans on that too heavily. Because a lot of the time, it's like Elite Dangerous, the cool part about it is definitely a lot of the dogfighting and stuff like that, but you physically can't do that until you slog through so much boring stuff. And that's where it like loses me a little bit. Because it's like, I want to play the game, but I don't want it to feel like a slog of back and forth. Yeah. It really is mostly like the bounty hunting and stuff like that's really cool, but the game quickly becomes, oh, by the way, oh shit, I just blew my pot up. I didn't realize I could do that. It really is. Like, it feels a bit like a slog in my opinion, in the nicest way possible of phrasing it. Because it's like, oh yes, I want to do bounty hunting and like hunting. It's like, okay, so you're going to do that? Yeah. So you need to afford your insurance, a good craft, all the weaponry, all the ammo, and all that fun stuff. Can you afford that? No. Okay, so you're gonna go do anything else then. Ugh. Yeah, no, my god. I remember like I started out and I started off just ferrying cargo and I'm like, this is boring, I want to do mining. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go do mining. And I was like, oh, I can't afford mining. It's like, what do I do? And so I joined a random crew, made like $1 million immediately after they said, shut up and just ride along. And so I bought an exploration ship because supposedly that makes good money. And then I realized, ugh. Whew. Isn't the Imperial Cutter, isn't that like a really good ship though? Or is it just like, there's nothing for you really to fight? Because it quickly turns into kind of, oh wait, no, I see what you're saying now. You're talking about like all the materials and stuff. Having to run back and forth between all these rare sites and shit like that and just trying to get it. One of every ship. That's honestly impressive. That is a lot of time you have put into that game. So your opinion does automatically matter like 10 times more than mine in that sense. But just because, like, oh, dude, I remember that. I think that's the exact crew I joined to make the money to afford a exploration ship for me. So I joined a random crew who had this massive thing, and just, oh. And didn't someone do the math? Like, they came out with the carriers and all that, and someone did the math where it's like, you physically cannot afford a carrier. There is no point to it. It is just a massive money sink. Like, it's cool and all, but you know, if I'm playing a carrier, I want to like use the big Doom battleship at some point. I don't want to just have it be like a conversational piece taking 1 million credits from me every friggin' rotation. Like, that's the fun part. Like, if you have the big fuck off cruiser, you want to use the big fuck off cruiser, but it costs too much to not only maintain it, but to also use it. So what's the point of getting the big fuck off cruiser? Ugh. Then again, that's kind of what it is for most sci-fi games, sadly, is that it punishes you too much for trying to enjoy the game too much. You can't multi-crew and co-op at the same time? Really? That would be so cool though. Like, if you've heard of Artemis Bridge Simulator, it's basically like you all like run a ship and all that fun stuff. And that's like, I imagine to be super cool if you had multiple things of like that. Yeah, So you know exactly what I'm talking about then. Like, it'd be super cool if you could play a spaceship game, fight alongside other ships exactly like that, and face other ships doing the exact same thing. That would be... I would fork over so much money just to play that. Oh, that'd be so good. How am I paying these people for this? I should not be paying them. Less than 70. Ah, I see, I see. It's just like Guns of Icarus. That's true. It's just a shame that Guns of Icarus kind of died off. I feel like they tried to monetize it too hard. There's a lot of things that happens with a lot of them. I've never seen it either. I've seen like people do the whole like Star Trek LARP and all that fun stuff. Yeah. It's the biggest killer for a lot of games like that, where it's like you already paid to play the game a little bit. I don't remember. Is Guns of Icarus free to play, or is it? I think it's free to play, but you can pay to play the faction mode. So the factions never got enough momentum, and everyone stopped playing the free to play mode because it's like, well, now you don't have access to most of the content. Guns of Icarus though was so much fun back in its heyday. I remember like watching a YouTube play it. It's not free to play initially. Okay, yeah, so I'm not entirely wrong on that assumption then. I just couldn't remember if it was free to play or not. I think before Alliance, it's free to play. I know it used to be completely free to play. And then you have Alliance that came out and that just kind of ruined everything. Well, not ruined, but yeah. That is basically how it is for me as well. Anytime we play like Barrel Trauma or anything like that with my friend group, I pretty much end up, one of us is always like the designated always captain because there's just no one else wants to do it. It is both the most boring and fulfilling role at the same time. Who's my target? I'm gonna guess he's across the, yeah, he's across the friggin' continental United States. Ooh, yeah, there we go. I'm good at this. Ah, Arma, dude. I played a little bit of Arma, but the controls in the end just like eventually just turned me off from it. It was a lot of fun, what little I did play. I think in the end, the best story I have of Irma is driving a tank for someone else and just taking orders. Oh, it's so much fun when everyone like gets together and actually like quote unquote plays the game together, if that makes sense. Oh. Buying 3 times as many commands as you have keyboard. Yep, nope, that's also kind of like Elite Dangerous. A lot of games kind of like that are just like, how many control schemes can I spam upon ye until you can no longer functionally remember what key is the WASD key and what it does anymore? Or like trying to fly anything in Arma. Oh my god. You might as well have an Air Force freaking pilot's license to actually pilot anything. Ugh. But it's like, man, the Arma AI. I mean, commanding any AI in a game to like its fullest extent is basically arcane magic, even in RTS games and the like. Just thinking about it is just, ugh. Shit, crash trap. I can't hack them as I wanted to. I didn't realize this was a lifelink. I would not have taken it otherwise. I want to kill you, but I know if I do, things will go bad. Oh, I do have a stealth shield. I could just not do that because of jammers. Got it. They're quite simplistic compared to most realistic sims like DCS. Is it really considered simplistic, or am I just stupid? Because just like for me, I found it really hard to learn, and then I kind of figured it out, but also didn't figure it out. One step above ace combat. Okay, so it's not like simplified combat, but it is still just like, ugh. I just found it hard to learn. It just felt very, it just didn't click with me. Which is kind of like a lot of like military games with flying, is either like you get it or you don't get it, or the control scheme's super simplistic and it's like impossible not to get. Number 3 is a fair bit harder, you have stalling to deal with and such. Yeah, that's what I found the hard, like, it definitely is something you need to invest a lot of time into to properly learn, how to pilot, but it's not impossible. I wouldn't say it's hard per se, but it is definitely still like a good challenge. I remember like spending ages in the tutorial just trying to level out and shoot stuff. You will learn how to fly armor planes. They do, though, to be fair, that's kind of how all games are with it. Landing are way easier than I heard. That is true. As long as I don't say like Grand Theft Auto actually has decent flying mechanics, as long as I don't say that, right? I really enjoyed flying in that game. It just felt really nice. It wasn't like too complicated or anything like that. It was just a quick little... How did I miss that toss? Dude's literally right in front of me. It says Vice City? Oh, you haven't played Grand Theft Auto 5? It's not... Grand Theft Auto 5 online is really fun up until you learn it basically is a massive grind fest for no reason whatsoever. And then as you're trying to do that, somebody comes up to you in a flying hover bike and immediately blows all your stuff up, and there's nothing you can do about it. Like, I actually kind of wanted to pick up Grand Theft Auto 5 again because I saw James keep playing like the roleplay thing, and I thought that was really fun. And then I also just kind of, I totally forgot to kill the one person I came to go with. Yeah, it's definitely paid to win, and it definitely takes a lot of grinding. And then, like I said, there are people who just have basically a fuck yourself type of vehicle. It's really hard to explain it without it sounding like absolute crap, because it is. Basically, how do I summarize this? It's like, have you played Saints Row the Third? Because Saints Row the Third is the best way I can summarize it, because in Saints Row you get like that random hover bike, but imagine if you had rocket launchers on it, basically. And except of that, you're dealing with other people having that coming along and griefing you midway through as you're trying to run your contracts and stuff. It is what they call not cool. I need to slide past these guys without getting shot somehow. Disable that, turn around, grab the subverter. I'm gonna get knocked the fuck out here. Oh wait, I can sidewind over here. Where's my subverter? Subvert your shields, knife you, turn, throw that. Return the dagger, grab the gun, turn around, shoot the assassin. Come around, and you're gonna teleport over there for some weird reason. Picked Arma 3 back up mostly because I've done single player and Sasuke. I mean, I kind of am tempted to pick up Arma 3 again, just for the sake of, it was a lot of fun when I did play it and I found the right, like, in-game group for it. But it's still also just like, all the controls, oh my god. Like, if Arma had a little bit more intuitive controls, or like a better tutorial, or some way of just like simplifying the control, like, I think it's a little bit... You run around with noise and nagging the truck? No, there's no way. Running around with Grandpappy's rifle, taking out the... I remember seeing Anti-Stasi once. It was, your rebels against, companies, or is it like the United States coming in and you're rebelling against them? I can't remember. I think it's like you're rebelling against, like, the quote-unquote United Nations. There we are, coming in. Oh, you can choose? You choose between either or? Any faction you like. Ooh. That's great. And well, any faction with the mod supports ASIG Plus doesn't include support Cup. What is Cup? Cup, that sounds like... I'm trying to remember. I used to watch a ton of Arma videos and stuff like that, so I'm trying to like jog my memory about it. I did not expect to have a Arma conversation today. Community upgrade project content from prior Arma games ported to Arma 3. Oh. I didn't even know there was a... I completely forgot Arma 3 wasn't just like, oh yeah, it's like the 3rd edition. Like, Arma 3 just like feels like its own entire separate everything, if that makes sense. We're gonna keep teleporting in. I'm gonna grab you. No, wait. Proximity... Self-charging proximity mines. I love it. So if I shoot a gun over here... Armor 1, Armor 2. Okay, so just basically porting all the Armor DLCs plus some additional mods that mod developers just chose not to continue developing. You know what? That's perfectly justified. I don't blame them. We'll throw down a crash trap right here, and he'll come around this way. Where is the... He's there. We can just do this right quick. Grab his key card. Slide around you. Come back around this little pillar here. Strongest mod scene? I mean, I'm trying to think. RimWorld. RimWorld has a really good mod scene. I think that would be a good contender for it. Because you can turn it into like Space Station 13. You can pretty much do a lot with RimWorld. I mean, granted, I haven't played RimWorld in God knows how long. Just knock my ass out. That would be you. The tracker with his high velocity gun just put my ass in the ground. Got it. Well, when you can't beat it, you just absolutely whiff. Okay. D, click, hold, hold. I will never not suicide rush my pod into the enemy. Let's go. Arma, okay, fair enough, fair enough. I mean, when you have essentially a mod that allows you to play any other mod, I would assume it would be one of the biggest and strongest. Oh shit. Didn't mean to do that. I tried. It's just a really difficult game to get into, Arma is. I mean, if you have a lot of friends who are into it, I can imagine it being super easy to get into. Just because it'd be just like that. Base game masses. Oh, okay, so it's basically just like porting over all the basic stuff of Arma in all of its DLCs, so you actually have a chance to play it. To be fair, any gaming group is going to be automatically full of drama, because for some reason a lot of people treat it like just trauma dumps, if that makes sense. Or just like not full of good people. It's like either you have like a decent group, but everyone's like drunk most of the time, like the absolute most toxic cesspit of a group, or you have a decent group but it's full of so much freaking drama it's hard to play the actual game. And I feel like that's not too terrible of a stretch there. Which one of you has armor piercing? I know these down here have like armor piercing some, but I need like automatic guns, concussive guns, long range crash beams, super shotguns, high capacity grenade launchers, remote. I need an actual like armor piercing gun would be preferred, but okay. Actually, I should probably get glitching. No, I won't get the automatic. Plus, I mean, like, it's kind of like a WoW group in that sense as well. It's just, there's just so many people, it's hard to manage, and even then, everyone wants to be, like, the special, if that makes sense. Everyone wants to be, like, the Johnny Big Dick, John Call of Duty, but no one is able to be John Call of Duty because that's not how the game operates. And so people get frustrated when they're not the John Call of Duty making shot calls and stuff like that. And that's where you do have some good groups out there where people just accept the role that they're a rank and file soldier and kind of like LARP with it, which makes it a lot more fun. And that's like the Arma experience I had. It took a while to find one, but when I did find that group, I played for like 6 hours in one day And it was just so much fun because it was just like, we're all working together to achieve this mutual goal, and we all don't believe that, you know, we're, you know, the special person going to go through and John Call of Duty our way through it. If it makes any sense at all, what I'm saying. Because that's just my belief there. It's just a lot of people want to be the main character, and so it's hard for people to accept the fact when they're not the main character. So they bring a lot of drama and stuff to try and push people out who may be better than them, or people who usually get more attention because they play more, and other stuff like that. There we go. Getting John Call of Duty wasn't even an issue myself. I mean, if you're playing a game like that, to be fair, you're kind of like accepting you're not going to be. But within groups like that, it is a very good chance, though. I didn't want to get an arrogant. Yeah, no, that sounds accurate. It's always going to be like someone, no matter what, someone's going to try and ruin someone else's day because of the way of how they play. I don't want to capture the ship. Just want to jump out the window real quick. That's another good one I was thinking of. I just had one that came to my brain, and then I just immediately forgot about it. Ugh. There's too many good shooters out there to match with. But there was one I was thinking of that where everyone like usually like LARPs together as like one military unit, and I can't remember it for the life of me. Actually have it escalating the enemies, and we did well until we're always facing down. It's ugh. That's the thing. A lot of people like dungeon masters, Zeus's, anyone who like controls the aspect of the game. There's usually like 4 different types of people who do so, and that's like send an MBTN. Yeah, no, sounds like a fair encounter to me. I know I can definitely just absolutely, you know, with a pistol. Yeah, pistol, man. You can just get on the tank, just shoot it with the pistol in the back, and call it done. It's just the best way to go about it. The best way to take down an MBT, in fact. I'm sure it won't go wrong or anything like that. Report back to me whenever your experience. That just seems to be the thing as well. Sovereign. Ooh, awesome. It's just people who typically design encounters or when you fight things. Typically, like, they just like forget to consider difficulty, and they don't properly balance it around. You have some people who like it clicks naturally going, oh, okay, so this is what I need to do. And for some people, they just don't entirely understand how to appropriately scale it, so they're always like kind of under-tuned a little bit. And it's not their fault entirely. They're just trying to make a fun experience for everyone, and they don't want it to be just too easy or too hard. And then some just like absolutely love the idea of like the little guys coming up. Still having fun, don't mess with it. Yeah, that's the exact point though. Like, that's the entire reason you're playing the Arma experience. You're a team working together and you're accomplishing your objectives. Doesn't mean that we need essentially someone to come in here with a fucking, you know, APC to our stealth mission that automatically knows where we are and starts fucking with us. Like, that's not fun. That's not cool. We're no longer just kicking ass and having fun as a unit. We're now just getting our asses kicked because they're just wanting our asses kicked. Like, there's no cool part about that. There's no, like, unifying factor to work together with. It's just, oh, get fucked. Okay, why? Well, just because I felt like it. You were doing too good. Have a serial instinct. Yep, that's true, too. Uh-oh. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Damn it. A Dean Susan needs to beat the players. I mean, some players do enjoy that mindset, though, and sometimes it is a good mindset to have whenever you're doing it right. Like, there's the incorrect way of like, oh, I'm just gonna rocks fall, you die, you, and there's somewhere it's like, okay, I'm going to work against you here, so I'm going to make a actively difficult experience that you want. And which is the kind of way I try to approach my D&Ds now, because my group thinks I'm too passive, where I now try to think like I need to beat them, but I need to not do it in a way that's just cheating, if that makes any sense. Liberation, what do we got here? We got shield, explosive, sword. will die, lots of guards. I will need to purchase a crash thing. I flatly have been forgetting to get one. Passive DMs are... As a passive DM, I'm happy to say that passive DMs are definitely people who just don't want to ruin anyone else's experience. And they feel like if they push too hard, they'll ruin it. But also at the same time, it's, you know, you're not going to. But it's still hard to accept that fact. The opposite of railroading, the train has no juice. I mean, it's also like that, and it's just kind of like you really don't want to fuck over your players and make them feel awful. Because the biggest thing with like passive DMs is that usually they're considering too much that the group can't handle whatever they want to throw at them. And usually that's when you should just listen to your players and go, okay, so now I understand what exactly you're looking for, and then just kind of go from there and kind of build your encounters very carefully around taking care of them. Oh, shit. There we go. I forgot to set my crash trap a little bit closer to him. That was about almost embarrassing. Just walk up. Dong. Also, really, the train has no juice. I mean, I have hosted a lot of games for a lot of different people. And in general, the biggest thing to kind of take away with DMing is just to kind of suss out what all of your players are kind of looking for and what you as a DM are personally looking for. Some people want to play D&D as like a war game and just strictly by the rules, so you should try and build your experience around that. Because if you come out the gates just going, ah, yeah, so I have this really cool world idea built around, and no, they're not going to care. That's not what they're there for. That's not what they're into. That's not the experience they want. So it quickly turns into a matter of, okay, so how can I make this attraction that you guys would enjoy playing, right? It's not that they're not going to, like, you know, absolutely berate you and like kick, scream, and just absolutely vandalize you or anything over it. But it's still, they'll definitely like not enjoy it, so the group will eventually disband for that. Like the current group I'm hosting for is my close friend group, who, I mean, I gotta like use a little bit of brain power here, and I just absolutely whiffed that somehow. Don't know how, but I did. There we go. Grab, bonk. Yoinky spoinky, call it done. But it's like with my current friend group, they asked me to up the difficulty, so I did, and their next encounters will be appropriately balanced the way they want it to be. What? Oh, he knocked me out before I could react. That's fine. I should get vaulted out before it comes too bad. There we go. But it's like, I sat down and I asked them what kind of game do they want. And that's where they gave me the honest answer of they're looking for not so much like intently roleplay focus, but not so much like just combat. And so you got to kind of make a world around that. But at the same time, they want a rich world, but not too much that they're overwhelmed. They're a really good group. Yeah, dungeon crawl groups. That's definitely the best way to summarize it. Of like, not entirely like just infinitely dungeon crawling, because that's not fun, but everyone wants to have their own skills put in. Yeah, no, that I don't, and I'm the kind of person who enjoys a good emphasis on roleplay, character development. Each of your skills has an applicable thing you can do with. You're not just like going around being a mindless murder hobo. I don't find that too terribly enjoyable on my behalf. But at the same time, I also address the fact there is a need for combat, but combat shouldn't ever just be the true focus, in my opinion. And I also just kind of believe D&D combat by itself is innately kind of just boring, if that makes sense. I'd rather there be a problem and I solve it through a unique method than just, oh, okay, cool. That's it. It's really difficult to kind of get around it. So that's where I typically try to invent a lot of like homebrew stuff. Like I have concepts for like a card-based magician where they draw from decks and there's different ways they can rig their decks to do different spells, different summons, stuff like that. I feel like that's a lot of fun. But a lot of D&D combat is summarized by either, like, I bonk them upside the head 5 times in a row and we call it done, or I spend the next 30 minutes looking through my spell list going, wait, how does this work? DM, can you rule this real quick? Hey, DM, how do you... It quickly turns into a lot of that. And so that's where I think D&D is fundamentally flawed in that sense of, like, its combat isn't very tactical. Like, I've did a good rule read, but never hosted for a Starfinder, and I really enjoyed it because it went into depth about all the different tactical options you can do. Like, there's flanking and stuff like that, and I found that to be really cool. You don't have your main overall HP as just your HP, you have stamina, which is first detracted from. And that's really cool. There's a whole lot more options to work with. Like, in a tabletop game, I should be able to approach situations with, like, vast different tacticality. Like, in a game, I'm limited by the game's constraints. In D&D and any tabletop game, I'm only limited by my imagination and what the leader decides we can do or cannot do. But I just feel like that's not, like, capitalized on enough. And a lot of D&D and stuff is always just, like, hand waved, like, oh, it's just let the players decide. Like, you should provide all that stuff by default. Because that's just where, like, I'm sure a lot of people would agree with me in that sense of just, it's not fun to just constantly be, like, told by the game, ah, well, figure it out. Do it yourself. I am... Dodge capacity. Come on. Try that one more time. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh my god. I had to orbit that guy for like 5 years to get to what I need. Get to the bridge. I gotta be quick. Why did I just get flung halfway across the universe? Oh my god. But I think that's just like a lazy way to do it for tabletops and stuff, to just always be like, oh, let the players just fix everything, let them do their own ruling. It's like, that's not what I got the game for. If I was just going to do basic rules and stuff like that, I would have done anything else. There's no windows nearby. Oh, I am so totally going to lose this character here in a few seconds if I'm not careful. He's going to shoot here in a moment. Yep, I knew it. I wasn't going to make it around that corner. There was no way. Liberation. Complete. But overall, it's just a lot of games nowadays, I feel like they're just not creative enough in their approaches. It quickly just turns into just kind of like, oh, I'm just doing the same thing over and over again. There's no new mechanics, there's no innovative way to approach things. Why are all these... Okay, so my objective is to not harm people? See nor cause anyone harm. So I can't... So I'm not supposed to alert people of my presence or bonk someone upside the head. It's a trap. That's not gonna help. Need a stealth. I should not have picked this guy. I should not have picked this guy. This is a mistake. This is a very big mistake, but I can work with it. I'll figure it out. But a lot of games nowadays, they add lots of content, but it's not actual content, if that makes sense. Like with Elite Dangerous, No Man's Sky, stuff like that. It's just the same gimmick over and over again, but nothing is like actually innovative or something you can feasibly get within a reasonable amount of time to enjoy with. Oh, there is literally no penalty for breaking my bow. Okay, cool, never mind then. It should be fine. How long do I have to steal that before they flee back? I think I have plenty enough time. I think there's plenty enough time. Oh shit, yeah, I forget no weapon. Yeah, no, this guy's just fucked. Abandoned it. This guy just cannot do anything. Ugh. No tools at my disposal to actually do anything. Ugh. Just abort that. And just swap out for anyone else. If I don't get him stuck inside someone else. That's great. Do this one right quick. Oh my god, I need a better AC for my house. Well, not even my house, but just need an overall, like, 3 more fans in this room. It is 9,000 degrees in here. I'm burning alive. Melting down to the very bone. So I think my players really loved one experience I did in D&D, and that was... right there real quick. And that's a meme they talk about all the time, is like a Cobalt Caves, because it's probably the most mastermindy thing I've ever done as a DM, and that was just designing a basic little Cobalt Cave, and after reading how ingenious kobolds are with all their traps, I layered it down with nothing but fucking traps and very basic, like, kobold enemies they can fight, and it was glorious. I think I killed like 2 players in that engagement, in a very simple engagement. It was fantastic. Oh shit, I lost all my gear. Ugh, fuck. Back. Honestly, I don't think I'm just feeling this game too well. I think that's what I'm doing tonight. Just not doing this one too well. I knew I should have played FTL instead. Oh well. What can you do? As long as it's playing. With the Cobalt Cave meme there, the main thing that they... I don't know how that popped up. The main thing they really enjoyed about it was just that it was a nice, difficult challenge, and all their skills were allowed to be laid out. And so that's where I'm trying to recreate that as much as possible now. Because that right there is like single-handedly taught me what kind of engagements I should be trying to do. It's not exactly just direct engagements, but a lot of like traps, trickery, and stuff like that. Stuff that makes them use their brain and all their skills necessary. They all make builds to do certain things, and I should appeal to that. So that's kind of rambling on now, I apologize. Where's the key card for this door? Oh, there it is. I just couldn't see it. It's blended in with the wall. But it's just like, it's really difficult to explain just how rewarding it feels to create a world or encounter that just absolutely smacks. Especially if that encounter is a really like hit or miss one. I know whenever we finally picked it back up again after like a 2-week break, I did like a whole clown fiasco, and that just was an absolute miss. I am still getting shit about it actually, but to summarize, clown bandits. It was an absolute fucking disaster. If you can imagine the word clown and bandit going together, don't think any further than it just doesn't work. I think I even tried to make him like little cultists or something. Yeah, it wasn't a good one. Definitely one of my worst ones. So I'm trying to come back to them with another kobold cave encounter. I don't think any of them are watching this, but even then I can't disclose until after I show them everything what exactly my methodical mind is planning out and doing. I don't want them to catch on or learn. And that's also a big thing. It's just like designing the world to be malleable, however you pronounce that, but also like static enough that it's easy to understand what's going on, but malleable enough that it's like you can change the world still before they figure out something to make it fit more with their agenda or what they want. D&D, I absolutely love it. It's kind of like It's like a game that you make on your own, that you host everything and you finitely control it. Which checks out. As a kid, I used to literally make games all the time in class for no apparent reason. Not that I ever played any of those samples, but they were all like good little concepts. I've done like little doodled fleet battles. I've done stick ninjas. I've done a little bit of everything. In fact, originally I wanted to be a game designer when I grew up. So I suppose what small child playing any video game wouldn't want to be one. Oops. The key card. I'm taking the key card whether you like it or not. I'm leaving with my trophy. But yeah, no, I used to like design lots of games. I wonder why I stopped doing that. A lot of different board games and stuff like that that I would just never play. And I also remember playing like Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff, but it was just always like, game design has always been a very big passion of mine. So I guess that's why whenever I see something like unbalanced in a game, I get very like upset about it more than I should. Because it's just like, if you're designing a game and you invest all this passion, money, and time into, why would you make it in such a way that's just not fun for a certain party? Like, a lot of games nowadays focus on that. Yeah. It's like, you can think of many examples probably where it's just like, why is this still allowed to be a thing? This isn't fun for the other players to play. Like, there's, like sniping. Like in some games, sniping's just fine, but in some games, oh my god, a sniper, and I get just removed from the game without any chance to do anything. Why would you, as a developer, make it that rewarding? It doesn't make sense. You have all this time, effort, expertise, different balancing teams, playtesters, and everything, and you just still allow someone to just one-shot someone from across the map without them having any actual input in the overall engagement? Like, that's not fun. No one enjoys that experience. I mean, there's definitely ways to make sniping fair, don't get me wrong. And in some cases, you do have to break that balancing focal point in order to achieve that meat. Throw the darn thing, thank you. Like, but overall, it's not terribly a difficult thing to achieve. And in some games, they do the exact opposite, where they massively underpower some things, but make some things like massively overtuned. Like a lot of like class-based shooters and stuff like that, where randomly this one class is just like a god amongst men, and then you have like the sniper class that does jack fucking all. So it just, overall, game design isn't an easy thing to do, but at the same time, it's like you have all these different tools at your disposal, all these different developers, all these different things you can do, and yet you're choosing just not to put the effort into it. Like, I don't understand. Like, granted, you can't perfectly balance everything, don't get me wrong, but there should never be a glaring issue or a glaring point that makes the game unfun. Kind of like in Overwatch with Hanzo. Misses 90% of his shots, but he hits one, so you're just out of the game. You're done. Clocked out. Go on. Like, those aren't fun. Those aren't cool. No one enjoys that. No one enjoys the experience of, oh, I guess no matter how good I play, this guy will just always win because of the weapon he uses, or the class he uses. And instead of like going back through there and like revamping the character, item, etc., you'd rather just keep it in there stubbornly, because I'm guessing money is the only thing I can think of. Oh, this character's massively overtuned and can basically just fuck everyone over, and there's like literally no penalty to this. Okay, so we should nerf it. You see, but we just released a skin line, so no, I don't think we will be doing that. Ugh. Though I can't argue too much. Game developers need to eat too. But at the same time, it's just like super exhausting. Whenever it's just constantly just, oh, I guess this is just gonna be this way because of greed. instead of designing things around properly balancing things so everyone has fun. Ugh. I'll never understand. And then you have like tons of indie devs out there that do it like perfectly, but it's an indie game, so it doesn't usually cover everything you need. And usually then, with indie games, usually the audience is so small, you can't properly enjoy it. So it turns into just like only these major game developers who just flatly don't have the passion to properly engineer their game, to make it fun for everyone instead of just like, oh, it's fun for one person. Ugh. There we go. I keep talking and I keep losing train of thought, and this game is very thought intensive. Brain empty, head full. Brain empty, head full, throw yourself out the window. And then there are times when the balance does need to be upset for a certain circumstance, but that should always be more of a risk reward or a certain style of gameplay that is like very clearly done. Like Dead by Daylight. One side should flatly be stronger than the other unless the other side works together or fulfills certain quotas to do something about it. That's justified. That is just the way it's done. It doesn't make sense whenever it's just friggin' just any old friggin' game. It's just like, oh yeah, this is OP. What do you do about it? Literally nothing. Like a lot of tabletop RTSs and stuff like that will be when someone gets like their late game in-game unit and it just wipes everyone out and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. Kind of like StarCraft. I remember playing that a little bit. And once someone I knew played only Terrans, and what they would do was just turtle until they can get battleships. And by that time, you've been like fighting, so you don't have like entirely all the resources. You're not completely built up yet, but you're still having a good squaw. You know, going back and forth, having a good time. But you know, you can't do anything like 80,000 different battleships that literally leap on top of you, and you're just kind of fucked. Like that's not fun. There should be some way to counter it. Like, granted, they're in-game units, and he's worked up to this point, but it's also like, why are they so strong? Why is there no way to actually deal with it? Oh, dude, Command and Conquer. Oh, it's such a good game series. I remember playing Command and Conquer 0 Hour for hours and hours and hours upon end. Ugh. Oh my god. I even like try to get one of the newer versions of Command and Conquer, but it's just not the same. It really isn't the same. It really isn't. Remember, like someone asked me like what Command and Conquer was, and I streamed it for them and DOSed myself on accident. No, the Command and Conquer AI have the terrible symptom of I'm going to dogpile you, and there is nothing you can do. That is the Command and Conquer AI, and a lot of AI in some strategy games are just like that. And it's like, oh yeah, no, we're all enemies and we're all fighting each other. Cool. Anyways, we're gonna dogpile you, the player, for no apparent reason. That too, unless you turn up the difficulty. That's something I want to complain about as well about strategy games, is that a lot of them tend to do like, oh, you up the difficulty, the AI is not actually harder, it just now flatly cheats to beat you. That's not making things the way I like. When I want to up the difficulty, I want it to outthink me. Yeah, exactly. Like, why don't you just build a smarter AI instead of just going, oh, we'll just shovel resources into the already stupid AI so it's flatly cheating to beat you. And even then, it's still not what you're looking for as a player. Because like as a player, it's like I'm looking for that challenge. I'm not looking for it to cheat against me. I want a fair opponent who's going to outthink me. I guess that is predictable. I just wanted to do that too. Like, I want it to randomly just appear at my flank instead of just like mindlessly rushing me down, so I don't have to like stack up certain defenses. Like we introduced our friends to Stellaris recently, and even though like it's a way different experience than playing with AI, Because AI are always going to be like the bane of your fucking existence. Especially with negotiations. Oh my god. I should just spam you down with battle bus or something. Oh no, I mean, if I spam someone down with battle buses in an RTS, it's going to be a literal battle bus where I roll in like with Warhammer Gladius, where I roll in with like a literal bus, and a bunch of orcs just come spewing out to fuck you up. Like, if I'm going to do a battle bus, I'm going to, like, commit to the bit. I'm not going to just be like, oh, yeah, there's, like, 5,000 different ships with the same exact thing, doing the same exact thing. Like that? Oh, no. There's no funny in that. There is no thrill. That is my enjoyment. They were usual 4x by Stellaris. Powerful push. Stellaris is a good... Stellaris rewards either playstyle you go with, and I have to, like, absolutely, like, hats off to friggin' Paradox Games for making a really good RTS game. I mean, granted, they're milking the shit out of it. Don't get me wrong. You have to pay, like, $200 to enjoy the genuine Stellaris experience, but it is one of the best RTS games that I can think of. Or, well, not RTS, 4X. I confuse the two. Same difference, honestly. RTS, Stellaris, not turn-based, basically the same. Well, I'm sure 90% of the gaming community would come out of their holes with sticks and stones to beat the crap out of me over that opinion, but, you know. AOW4, Age of... The acronym sounds familiar, but I can't place the name. What is the full game name? Because it sounds familiar. Very unpopular opinion? Age of Wonders. I've heard of Age of Wonders. I have not played it. But Stellaris is good. I really enjoy it when I play it. I find the whole diplomatic thing and everything like that. And it reeks of it. The Paradox thing where it's like released a half-finished game, but released like $5,000 worth of actual DLC to make the game playable. I mean, the reason they keep getting away with like that model is just because, you know, people keep buying it. That's armor, isn't it? No, he shot my thing midway through? Long-range crash beam, shut you down. Throw shortly. Yeah, the game is very Stellaris-y. Age of Wonders, that doesn't sound like... It sounds like fantasy Stellaris. And I'm guessing that's exactly how it plays too. It's just Stellaris but fantasy. Ugh. Can't... No, it's not significant. Oh. Where's my pod all the way across the known universe? Age of Wonders 3. Okay, I see what you're saying now. I see what you're saying. I was sitting here thinking like Stellaris, but it's like Civilization, question mark? Yeah. Tactical battles. That is something a lot of 4X games do horribly, is their battle system is usually like absolute dog water. Like with Endless Space 2, a really popular one with me and my friends, it just like card systems, you just don't do anything. Like part of the fun is I want to watch my units battle and I want to like help control them so I can go from little guy beats big guy. Instead I have to go from like little guy just gets absolutely fucked over by the big guy. With nothing you can do to beat it. Don't shoot me! Damn it. Because, like, that's the fun part about playing RTS games, is that you can micromanage your army and you can punch up a little bit if you are strategic enough about it. There we go. But a lot of 4X games just don't really care for that approach. It's always like, oh, you have bigger numbers / you have more tech, you just win. Like that's not fun. I don't enjoy that approach. I'd rather like be deeply strategic about it. Like, the best one I can think of is like Dawn of War, Warhammer 40k, Dawn of War, Retribution. Particularly the Elite mod is what we play. But that is a really good example of what I kind of try to mean, is that even if I'm like behind my enemy, I can still do something about them. I'm not just like, do you have more fleet power? If answer is equal to yes, you win. If you do not have fleet power, you lose. Is that not enjoyable? And there's games like Executive Assault 2 that's coming along as an indie developer, from an indie developer, excuse me. And that one has a little bit of what I mean to it. Well, it still is kind of like follows that trope of an RTS game where you have to like specifically like bigger number it. You can still like manually control your own wood and stuff like that. I have not played Men of War. No, I have not. I was about to say something atrocious like, oh no, but I played Age of Empires. Is that close enough? Should shoot this guy right quick. Oh, what? I shot the pilot, but evidently the pilot was shielded. Damn it. Not Company of Heroes or Conflict either. I've heard of Company of Heroes a smidgen, though. A very, very small amount. Anyway, you said Dawn of War 2, Men of War. But more realistic in World War 2. I mean, play Imperial Guard, it's basically the same thing. I've also heard of Hearts of Iron. I've heard Hearts of Iron is really good. If you're like really deep into like strategy. Actually have inventories? Really? I wonder how that's managed. I mean, I imagine it'd be like Gladius, where like your hero unit just has its own separate inventory of like special items they can use to boost themselves. And a little bit more micro. See, the thing is, it's like either the game is like too heavily micro-intensive with its units, or it's not micro-intensive enough. Like, you should definitely be rewarded for microing, but it shouldn't be like, if you don't micro your units, you win, you lose every engagement. Ah, that's not cool. So it's always like you gotta balance it just right. As an inventory and ammunition. Oh, that's actually really cool. I'm very curious how they approach it though, because that sounds like if it's like not done properly, it could just be very annoying and tedious to work with, even if it's neat. We command a Soviet panel unit with Mosin. Oh my god, that sounds like it'd be friggin' hard as hell. I am going to die. Well, I'm not going to die. I'm going to... Where's the target? 7, 6. Yeah! I got him! Be the quiet concussive gun, turn, shoot you. We gotta get the hell out of here, Scoob. Mind flail tanks. That actually does sound really freaking cool. I'm so like I gotta look it up after I'm done streaming here and just see how it's done in approach, because that actually sounds that sounds really cool. That sounds like a really good way to approach a game design of military, because that's something I always kind of appreciated, was like scrapping along, scavenging and stuff like that. A mindful tank is a tank with a roller that has chain whips attached that pound the ground to set off mines in front of it. Oh, I know they exist in real life. That sounds like something we would invent. But also, oof. Sir. 90 seconds, target flees auto. Got it. They exist in... I mean, ugh. Reminds me of a game. Just for some reason that talking of like games and of like World War II for some reason reminds me of a game called Valkyria Chronicles, which is no way comparable to anything we're talking about. Because it's a lot of more anime-y stuff, but it's like anime World War II. But it's more like a story than anything. I mean, yeah, it's World War II-ish. It's kind of like a little bit of fantastical World War II, though, to be fair. Yeah. Plus, it's really good. Have you heard of one called Iron Harvest as well? That is a strategy game I do have, and that's also pretty alright. It's basically World War I/2, but with mechs. But it's not like, you know, like Gundams and all that. It's like genuine, like, looks like scrapped together steampunk mechs. They're really cool. And there's even like giant capital class walker ones. Oof. The voice acting for Iron Harvest? Yeah, I do agree, because honestly the voice lines in it do like garnish a lot of like sideways attention, because everything's just like talking all at once, and it's just like, it's too much. It's too much. Like do what Dawn of War 2 Retribution did, where they give like a quip every so often, but not like constantly. Like, I remember the mission where... No, wait, I'm not sure if that'd be a spoiler, so I don't want to say it, but I should be fine. There's like a mission where you're like playing through as your commander and like only your commander. So it's just constantly like guffing out lines and stuff like that. And it's like, what the fuck is going on? Shut up. I want to be able to like exist without... Whoa, shit. Grab my... Oh, is there no punishment for the alarm? Nice. It's just, ugh. It's a game I really want to like, but I just can't get into it, no matter how hard I try. What am I doing? Trying to steal the object. No, he's gonna shoot me in the ass! Never mind, he shot his own comrade. Be gone! Does a random thing. It's just, yeah, with Iron Harvest, it's a decent game. How many missions have I succeeded? I've just in this sit down alone, I probably completed like 5 out of like 20 correctly, 30. Oh, or do you mean like Iron Harvest, not this? If you mean Iron Harvest, I've actually I'm a good little, I'm doing the part where it's like, oh, in this, yeah, no. In this, yeah, probably about 5 correctly. They've updated a lot more since when I like officially played, which indicates this game is a nice meat. Oh, dude, it is a good, absolutely fantastic challenge. It used to be a little bit easier, but they've like kind of pitched it up a lot more. Ugh. And so it definitely has become a lot harder. It didn't used to be like, you didn't have like contractors and stuff who come in with like elite equipment. You didn't used to always be like perpetually outscaled. You could always eventually find like certain equipment to take care of your stuff. But with the updates, it's just become a lot harder. That, or because I've beaten the game once, the difficulty spike has been like curved up to kind of match it. But since I don't play the game very often, I'm extremely rusty, so I'm not as good as I used to be. And I'm also not taking advantage of all the resources given to me. Run up to someone to shank them. Plus, I mean, this game is also just really funny to me because you're literally Space 007 and there's nothing anyone can do about it. I mean, you're literally flying a breacher pod that slips in under a ship's sensors, going in and just murdering all the crew before they know what happens to them. Finally played Immortal Unchained. The game sure has teeth. I want to ask, have you played Dark Souls? I have not. I'm just gonna like clarify that right now. I have not played Dark Souls, but like, if you've played Dark Souls and you enjoy it, okay, that does explain the need for a challenge then. Because Dark Souls players are like a certain kind of masochistic where they want to actively be challenged by the game constantly, and they want it to be like not like like just bullshit unfair, but like unfair you can handle if you know what you're doing. That's not a match. Dark Souls has never caused me much frustration. That is the meme though. Like that's like the general like running like mantra of Dark Souls is always like, oh, the game is just like ungodly hard for no reason. There's nothing you can do. And I've seen people play it before as well, but I never really thought it was that bad. I'm just never. I mean, that's the best kind of video gamer though. So it's not exactly that you're looking for a challenge. You're looking for something that's unique. And usually uniqueness comes with its own special difficulty and learning curve. It also has access to Wiki. Yeah, that's also true. Most certainly. It's a good, difficult game, I know that. The game's number 2 reasons atmosphere. I've heard a lot of good stuff about Stalker. I've never played it though. I've heard that it's a very difficult game, but it's also like a nice horror element to it. I've heard so much about it, but I've never heard anything concrete about it. And honestly, I like it that way because it just hypes this game up to like eventually if I ever do manage to play it, it hypes the game up to like perfection. Like this absolute surmountable expectation. I mean, to be fair, I generally kind of suck, so I mean, landing headshots for me, wow. I immediately got shot by a turret. And the keycard guy is hidden behind a door now. Oh, he's explosive. Oh shit, he's armored too. Yeah, nope. Can't do that. They've been buggy games, Bethesda tier buggy, and haven't aged well. Fair enough. Isn't Bethesda coming out with a new space game? I forget the name of it. I think it's like Starfield or something like that. And it's supposed to be like this big open world space game with Bethesda bullcrap. The new crew on the planet have shields are. I don't really follow Bethesda games either. Like, Fallout's the only one I'll make an exception for, but even then, Bethesda has just been like pretty much falling flat on their face with every game they come out with. Though to quote the Chalk Eater song, it just works. You don't need to produce a quality game when modders will just fix your game for you. And that's just a terrible approach to it. Like Fallout Tactics and Brotherhood? That's not bad. I've played a little bit of most of the Fallout. There's also a RTS game based on Fallout, called Wastelands, made by the original developers of the original Fallout. And there's also New Vegas, which I don't think counts as Bethesda, and I don't think most people would say it does either. They blew up. I mean, yeah, New Vegas is Bethesda, but it's like the debate with New Vegas is that it was designed. The hell was that? thing with New Vegas is that it's designed and built by a different game company, but published by Bethesda, or something like that. They hired on a separate company to do it, and a lot of people really like New Vegas more than most other Fallout games. I can't agree with them. It's Fallout 3 motherfucking course accounts. You're not wrong. I mean, it's a little bit better than it, though. But, like, with Fallout 4, if I really want to like Fallout 4, but it's just not a good game. They now know your true allegiances. They come for you. They're coming for you with a big iron on their hip, and there's nothing you can do about it. You have signed a declaration of war upon their pitch-perfect game that they can't ever go wrong with. Developed by God themselves, you know. Perfectly ascended from the heavens. Came down... Oh, I just hit my microphone, sorry. Came down from the high heavens, ascended upon like an angel, and decided to go, Fallout New Vegas. How dare you speak ill of it? You are but a false prophet for the Fallout New Vegas gods. Clearly, you are undeserving of this lifetime perfection of a game. I mean, I feel like Fallout New Vegas is a little bit too hyped, in my opinion, as well. It's another Fallout game. It's the easiest way I'll summarize it. Is it better or worsely designed than any other Fallout game? No. Is it better than some? Yes. I honestly don't see what makes it so much of a better game than all the other classic Fallout games. Like, yeah, it's a good game, but what makes it like this hyped up, like perfect status? You know. I mean, to be honest, that's what a lot of people request from Fallout, from Bethesda games, is like, I want to play co-op and play with my friends, but they don't ever allow it. Just for some odd reason. And then, like, the online versions you do have are usually paywalled to hell or just not what you think it is. GameSpy Arcade. Oh my god, that jogged like 30 different memories, but none are exactly precise. I know what you're talking about, but I don't at the same time because it's just been so long. There was like Midway Arcade games too. That one was fun too. 2002 gaming. Oh, there was like the one that I used to play all the time. It was like Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle Earth. That one was really good too. Bones are turning. I'm sorry. I know what you're talking about though. It's just been like, it's like with the game industry, you forget everything that happened within the past like 8 years because of how radically changed everything gets just so quickly. Oh, you played I just forgot what I was talking about. Battle for Middle Earth, that one. Yes. That was a game it is an RTS. It can. My friends get on to me all the time for calling 4X games not the same as RTSs, but it is definitely an RTS game. Yeah, where you play as a Gondor with like the white walls, Rohan with the wooden walls, and Mordor and Isengard without the walls at all. Ugh. They're just that weird. There is that one GameCube RPG one where it's like you have your little party and they're like, one's like an old Gondor veteran, one's like a random angel, not elven lady. Honestly, you can just like mention any vague Lord of the Rings game, and if anyone who lived through the 2000s will automatically be like, oh yeah, there's like this fifth one right here that you didn't know about, and be like, oh, what? Oh my god. There was another one. I feel like it was... No. Yes? No. I'm gonna be flatly honest with you, I don't remember. There's just so many of them all named almost the exact same thing. My brain already has like critical brain rot from not being able to remember like people's names properly. just, ugh. GameCube had The Hobbit. 3D platformer. I mean, no, there was a RPG one. There was an RPG one. Was it the third? I can just pull up Steam Overlay real quick and just search it real quick. Battle for Middle-earth, the Third Age. Let me see if this is the one that I'm actually remembering, or if I'm trying to remember a different one. Yes, I think this is the one. I think that is the one I'm thinking of. Yes, it is the one I'm thinking of. Okay, yeah. The Third Age. That is the weird RTS one I am remembering. I mean, I forget people's names all the time because my brain is just naturally like, oh, they haven't interacted with me constantly, so down into the shredder it goes. I used to have my teachers get mad at me at the end of the year every time because they're like, wait, how do you not know my name? It's like, I don't fucking know. I don't talk to you. We're not butt buddies. I don't text you on a daily basis. I don't interact with you all the time. It's like once a day thing. But fursonas, it depends on the fursona and how unique they are and how like the person is. Right? You don't like remember, like you remember people who are like absolute pieces of crap a lot better than you remember people who are like just half decent human beings. And there are people who are like super nice that you also remember. But I feel like in the furry community, it's always like, if people recognize your OC, you're either like, you're doing something extremely right, or you're doing something extremely wrong. Gamer John the Wolf versus John the Wolf. I'm sorry, Wolf. Sorry. I mean, John the Third. No, wait, Johnny Boy. Yes, you. I'm sorry, John the Wolf. Who has blue fur, green hair, and pronouns. I can't remember. Can I say that? I don't think I can say that. Oh, well. Darth Shadow Ball versus Shadow Dark. I don't know what any of these words mean. What? But a lot is, it's also a matter of uniqueness too. Yes, that I agree with. A lot of people just don't put much effort into it. It feels like they put effort into it, but not efforts. And then there's some who put too much effort. There is a very safe middle ground you gotta look for. It's not easy to reach, and not every OC is a hit or a miss. But it's definitely difficult to reach that point of memorability in a good way. And that's where I hope I can reach the point of being memorable in a cringe way, because that is the best way to remember and it sticks around the longest. So if someone's just like, oh yeah, it's that fucking craphead over there. I hate them. Why do you hate them? I don't know. I can't believe them. Ugh. Well, what do they do to you? Nothing. Ugh. There's just something about them. Damn it, I'm not edgy enough. I gotta crop a Warhammer Commissar hat on top of my PNG tuber, and then I gotta wear like a Russian overcoat, more black and red. You know what? I'll do something even better. I'll give them emo makeup. Be perfect. I'll only talk in a deep, grizzly emo voice and just angst, and I can't believe I gotta give them an eye patch, and they're a 3-time fucking orphan of God knows what. Ugh. Life, misery, everything's awful. Ugh. By the way, I'm also like a super cool magic caster of this really weird Homestuck reference layered over in fantasy memes, and also this one obscure medium you never heard of. That's also really cool. And also, don't forget SCP. Why does it apply? It's an escaped subject now. No offense to anyone who does do that, though. Always have fun with what you make and never be afraid to be cringe. That is always something you should always remind yourself with. As long as you have fun, you'll be fine. My first one. There are people out there like that. I have met a few. And there are some who only, like, roleplay as said persona as a SCP, which is a really weird take, but, you know, I can't judge anyone. I've done my fair share of weird stuff. After all, that's half the fun. So definitely weird to be like, oh yes, I am now playing SCP-682, the Unkillable Lizard. So, how do we actually do anything? I got an edgy, tragic orphan backstory. Edgy is fun. Edgy is fun in controlled doses and not overwhelming, and especially with the right audience. Because there is too much as too much, but there is also a very good balance of like not enough. If that makes sense. My brain's like rotting. I've been streaming for like 4 hours now. 3, 2 hours. Oof. Plus, I mean, the tragic orphan backstory, like, people also confuse, like, give or take 2 hours. Yeah, basically the same story. But people also confuse a lot of, like, how do I word this properly? People confuse, like, traumatic, quote-unquote, edge or angst, like, backstories as being bad things. Because there's a lot of people I meet who are like, oh yeah, a lot of people just don't do their characters right, you know, they have like this trauma of the past, you know, stuff like that. And it's like, would you rather play a character that already has like their entire life story developed, their whole everything taken care of, everything being just fine, hunky-dory, and now you have to explain to them why they're in this shitty situation? Or would you rather play someone who was like, yeah, you know, that shit's really bad for me, but, you know, I'm trying to get better about it. There's a lot of room to grow and a lot of ways I can improve myself. Because then there's a lot of ways you can grow out of that edge. That's, like, perfect character development range. And granted, everyone should have, like, their own, like, hunky-dory, everything's fine, just, you know, I'm just a character, and there's somewhere. But there's always, like, people who are like, oh, yeah, you know, you're like a rainbow fox of, like, magical powers. But your parents did. That's not developmental. That's not characterizing, you know. I can't talk much though. I can't say much. I don't have my own like little written story or anything to prove my worth. Don't get me wrong. But it's still, a lot of people just interpret things that aren't bad to be bad things. A little bit of a tangent there. But it will never not frustrate me when people call, like, in Space Station 13, an example, a lot of people complain a lot of the characters there have, like, their own certain trauma that they're leaning into and playing around with for their character. And they're like, oh, it's so edgy, it's just awful, why do people, like, rely on this, you know, instead of making an actual personality? And it's like, what person have you met who hasn't had their own share of troubled past? And how many people have you met who haven't dealt with it properly yet and they're growing into this? Nature Cliff, she is a dear druid who loves nature and natural world. Yeah, I mean... yeah. I mean, it's also just like that, you know? There are also, like, people who, even though your character, like, has nothing wrong with them, they're still not a fun character without that trauma at all, because they're just too perfect. Everything's going too well for them. There's no trauma, strife, or anything in there to really make them fun. Though, again, I can't say much. Everything is all different for everyone, and everyone has their own different tastes in what a character can, should, and should not be. And everyone also has, like, different beliefs on how they should be written and approached. And it also depends, like, what medium you're going to, if you're using it for, like, roleplay, D&D-like stuff, stories, LARPs. It all depends. But overall, we can all agree that there are definitely a lot of people out there who make their things a little bit too out there. A little too... It's definitely a miss. Response reinforcements, so I gotta be careful. I will complete this character. I will make him be the one that survives. I gotta do it one time at least. I gotta make sure at least one of them makes it through all the way. I gotta commit. Ooh. Oh. Gotta be very careful. Alright, the defender's moving on, so I can take him out now. Don't take a right. Good, good. Come around. Alright. Defender's down. I can now actually take these guys out. Very careful on how I do so. I don't want to alert the crew because then I'll get fucked for real. Don't want to swap it. If he moves out, I can just pickpocket the keycard off of him. What set him off? What alerted them? Someone find the body? No one found the body. Why is everyone alerted? Why is everyone suspicious? Eh. Go that way. Go that way. Go over there. Go over there. Stop staring in my general direction. I don't want to waste the crash beam on you. Ah, I will though. Bonk. Turn. Bonk. I do what I must. I must waste a singular crash beam charge to take you out. I don't want to stand around and wait. I don't know why they got alerted though. I took care of everything. I hit all the bodies. No one found them. Ugh. I'll take it as bad luck. Look away. Look away. Shit. Concussion beam. Kink. Maybe they smell the enormous pools of blood. You know, it's possible. You know, there's only several corpses stacked up in one area, several missing reports. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure no one actually knows. I'm sure it's like very, very discreet. I'm in a jammer field, so I can't shoot through it. Gotta somehow get them to look away. Ah, it didn't work at all. I need them to, like, look farther away. Me too. I mean, I could just knock his ass out. Damn it. Oh, I guess I'm luring them away now. If I do that, that guy down there is gonna get mad at me. And they have the other crew coming back. I gotta get out of there. Damn it. This is a very difficult method of approach. Because if I aggro them, they get shields, and I don't have enough crash beam to deal with them. I don't have any other traps to deal with them with either. I don't know why I put down the acid trap. I knew that wasn't gonna do anything. That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. My only hope is to run. Damn it. Well, at least I know all they're gonna do is just spam down extra units. And I do have that new... I could have just gone back and used that other airlock, couldn't I? I could have just done it all along. They're gonna go in there. I'll have a chance to... I should really see this for a defender, though. It'd be fine. And then we'll just ambush these guys when they come out. Triple Sidewinder, thank you. We have you coming in after me. Oh, shit. If I can take him out, I can get his gun, which would actually be very useful. Yes! I'm a fucking genius. Give me that. Give me that high velocity rifle. Oh yeah. Lethal, high velocity, and loud. Doesn't pierce shields, but it's a fucking gun. You're paranoid. I need to get the key off of him. Shit. I don't think there's any way I can do this out more. Uh-oh. How do I go about this? I need to somehow lure one of them out. I need to... if I can get to that window, I can see if I can't lure them all to the window and flush them all out into space. Or, I saw some turrets. This is a very difficult puzzle. And I'm about to get fucking ganked. Damn it. I lost the... I'm not quick enough on the draw. I'm the slowest hand in the West. Slowest hand in the fucking West. I don't think I can shoot down their things, though. And dip back out. Wait for them to deactivate emergency shields. Stop being angry. Stop being angry. Go away. Do I have explosive or anything? No, I don't. I can pop out. Try to go over there. That'd be my best option. So I get the tier 4 key card. What is my objective? What? I need to capture. Here we go. Diagro, Diagro. Ekum bookum, out to the void of space you go! No? That's not cool. He didn't get flushed out into space. I broke the window and everything. He should have been depressurized right out the door. I can't talk with the window, that's sad. Keycard is there though, so I'll just teleport that to me and continue on my merry way. No, not like this. Slide around you. Oh, don't shoot me. Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't have the right equipment for this. Teleport you back. And we'll just do that to avoid your wrath. Come around. He's gonna shoot you. Shit, the defender got him. I need to... They're all coming. They're all here. Shit. Oh my god. I need to run to a station real quick and get something to break down their shields. That is the only way I see myself passing this mission. Hello, Syrup, and welcome. Welcome to the stream, Syrup. It's been a while since I've seen you. Join the stream for 5 seconds. But I do appreciate it nonetheless. It's always important to come in and support people. Buy a concussive gun, sell that. Hey, it just means I just need Aridin to pop in and everything will be right. Just fine. I need to pee. Very badly. But I'm determined to finish this before I do. There we are. No, I think Eridan's like taking a nap or something. He's been online all day, but he hasn't been responding to anything. So I think he might just be busy with something. I'm not sure. Don't know what he's up to. And it's fine if he doesn't. Most likely an Eeper. And Syrup, you missed it. We had a good time with Stellaris. They picked it up quite easily. Steak doesn't quite like it. Eridan picks up just fine, though. There's just a pile of bodies I can't do anything about. What do I do? There's an alternative entrance. Ooh, I know. If I can lure them all to this side of the ship, I can then use the explosives of the turret to deal with it. I can also try and somehow get inside the other window there. But the game plan is if I lure them all here and I hit the explosive, they all flush out into space and make life easy. Supposedly. The more I lure over there also, it just makes my life easier. Yoink. Eat. I didn't intend to get shot. I thought I had more time. Yes, I'm a warehouse space works. Please. There we go. Pod repaired. Now we go back at it again. I'm determined to beat this mission before I call it donezo. I want to beat this mission. Ah! I will beat this mission. Determination fills my veins. Bonk. He needs to swing around the other side. Oh, that means all my stuff just got recharged too. Nice. It's all like... Disable that. Nice. Nice. Definitely what I intended to do. Definitely what I intended to do. Totally didn't mean to throw it instead. Ugh. This game's very hard. I haven't even got to like the other half of the ship. This is just the beginning part. There we go. For every one I take out, I can take out 20 more. That was awkward. I gotta keep going. I gotta keep trying. Ah! Where the hell is the defender? There you are. Okay, so you're the bastard I need to kill. Gotcha. Alright. Got another defender here, though. What do I do? Alright, now I got it. Ass blast you, whip this out, throw that. Bada bing, bada boom. Oof. I'm actually getting somewhere now with this mission. I'm not just banging my head against a fucking brick wall. I'm doing it. I got it. I can do it, Ma. Look at me. Look at me. Bitch. I find it funnier that the game lets me actively just run up behind someone with a trap, throw it down, and just freaking zap them. What? Nah, there's no way that he managed to shoot before I could bonk him. There is no way. Ah! I just want to finish at least one character before I call it done. I don't want to just be on an infinite losing streak. I will complete this one character. You cannot stop me. Ooh. Bitch. Ah. The old yoinky splinky never fails. You don't see me. Okay, now you see me. I want to fight you now. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. I'm James Bond. Goodbye. Now I just gotta make my way back to my pod. Just that easy. Just that easy. I just gotta make it. I just gotta escape. Can't be that hard. No shit. You don't see me. You don't see me. I'm gonna haul ass. Ah! Go, 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 go. Quick, quick, before they get wise. Fuck you, Baltimore. I win. I'm going to actually finish a character before I end stream with this damn game. Oh my god. It took me so long, but I've finally done it. I've cracked the code. Ugh. Oh, good Lord. It took me 2 hours and 20 minutes to actually beat one character. Ah, goodness gracious. Boost economy. I like economy. Ugh. I can actually retire someone. Aha. wrench of ages. The forbidden bunker. There we go. We'll pass on the forbidden bunker. That's enough from me though. Oh my god. I've been playing this game for 2 hours and 20 minutes. Oh my god. Thank you for tuning in, and I do appreciate you. I am going to get some cold water, and I am going to have a good night. Which you should do the same. Goodbye.